Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Today is October the 8th. There is one WNBA Finals game number 3 on for today. We're going to jump right into it, get started. We always go backwards before we go forward. So if we're talking about game 2, which we'll talk about in just a second, I didn't send out any official plays, but I did take the team total under for the Las Vegas Aces at 83.5, and they got to 91. So I lost a bet. In game number 2, the 2-player props were spot on. I hit both of those right on the head. Chelsea Gray under her 10.5 points. She finished with 10. And then Jackie Young, I talked about her having a bounce back game. She absolutely did. She had her points prop just in the third quarter alone. So maybe I should start playing more player props because I can't get the side. Well, I got the side right in game 1, but it is what it is, man. Let's jump into it. Hit the like button for me if you can as you join. And let's jump into it for today. So we'll start off with Jackson. Jackson liked Satu Sabli over her 1.5 3-point makes in game number 2. And then Jackson also liked AT over her 14.5 points in game 2 as well. And let's just double check real quick. So Satu Sabli finished the game 2 for 9 from 3. So she did get up and over. And even though she shot poorly, and Alyssa Thomas finished with 10 points. So 1-1 day for Jackson overall. Let's see if Jackson can do a little bit better here today. First player prop on this game is going to be none other than Asia Wilson over her 10.5 boards is what Jackson likes. It says that she's been an absolute beast on the glass against the Mercury this season, hitting this over in 80% of her matchups, 4 out of 5 games, averaging a massive 14.2 rebounds per game. Finals performance, the news confirms her dominance, noting she owned the boards through the first 2 games of the NBA Finals, recording 10 in game 1 and 14 in game 2. Season average is right at 10, but her performance against the Phoenix Mercury consistently exceeds this line. And that's pretty much the handicap there. The second player prop is Kalia Copper over her 1.5 3-point makes. So since Copper has been lights out from deep recently, hitting over 80% in her last 5 games, 70% in her last 20. Her average over the last 5 games is 2.6 made threes, well above the over 1.5 line. Against the Aces, she's been highly effective against the Aces this season, hitting 83.3% of the 6 matchups, averaging 2.67. So, I expect Kalia Copper to turn up in this matchup as well. The Aces are the 3rd best defense against the 3. I think at least against Kalia Copper's position, but they've been a really good 3-point defense overall. So that is the looks for Jackson and analysis behind it. Let's see if we can find a couple ways to make some money. So Aces are getting 4 points, 3.5 on some books, 4. It looks like it's consensus though. Total sitting right at about 163, which is about where it was in the last game as well. So there's a couple things that sticks out to me. So I always keep these. I like to go back and kind of compare and contrast based on what's happened and based on, to kind of help me think about what will happen. So game 1, remember the Mercury came out on fire. They lost this game. AT missed the free throws at the end. They shot the ball really, really well. Kalia Copper got going. Satu Sabli had a really good game. They hit 14 to 36 threes for 39%. They just lost the game because they turned the ball over too many times. The AT couldn't make a free throw at the end, but they played well. Aces, for whatever reason, you could. So here's the argument for the Aces. If you like the Aces, you could say they just got this team numbered. Outside of the first game that they played in Las Vegas, where Asia Wilson wasn't a part of that game, I think Phoenix won the game by 6, 76-70. The Aces have owned this Mercury team. They just match up with them really, really well. And I was somebody who came into this series, and I told you guys, I thought the Mercury had a shot at winning this series. I knew that it wasn't going to be easy. They have a big 3 that's, kind of newly put together, right? Kalia Copper has been there for a while, but AT and Satu Sabli first year kind of playing together with AT and the likes of the rest of that team, whereas the Aces have a big 3 that's been playing together for some time now, and they've won multiple championships together. So that's what you kind of got to overcome in this series. I don't think the Mercury are out, though. I really, really don't. I know that the Aces have been, the better team in game 2, at least. I think that the Mercury were the better team in game 1. But if we fast forward to game 2, right? Let's fast forward to game 2. So this is what we saw in game 2. And the things that are yellow, I forgot to mention this. The things that are I highlighted yellow are the things that I think are a little bit skewed. And I'm expecting some regression from. So the Mercury Shot 41% from the field. You can see that. But they shot 17.9% from the three-point line. Finished the game with just, 78 points. So I don't expect them to shoot the ball this well. Like, I don't expect them to shoot 38%, but I also don't expect them to shoot 17.9%. The Aces three-point shooting, I do expect to come down a little bit. 33% in game one, 34%, 35% in game two. They shot 49% from the field. And in game one, they shot 46% from the field. As you can see, if I'm going back and forth. The Mercury just harped on defense. And I like the Aces team total under in game two. Did not come to fruition. I do think that the Mercury lock in defensively here. A couple things that led me to this. Nate Tibbins, who is the coach for the Phoenix Mercury, which I kind of like Nate Tibbins. I think he's a solid coach. He said, quote, "We're here because of our defense, and we gave up 81 points in game one, 89 points in game one, 91 in game two. We have to be a lot better on the defensive end." Kalia Copper also, end quote. Kalia Copper also echoed some of those same sentiments. She said, quote, being able to fight back and knowing that that's part of our identity. We really got to lock in defensively because that's what we're hanging our hats on, end quote. So I kind of believe those two things to be true. When I look at those things and I add to the fact that the Mercury this season, as a home dog, it's only happened 7 times. They were 4-3 straight up, 5-2 against the number, 5-2 to the under. They gave up an average of 72.5 points in those games, and they held 6 of their 7 opponents under their team total. I think the Mercury can play the game two kind of ways, right? They can play super fast and get out if they're making a bunch of threes and score a bunch of points. But we've also seen them really lock up defensively in these games. I like the under for the full game. I think the Mercury at home in the first half is the best play as well. When I looked at this on Sunday night after game number 2, I saw 1.5 and 2s everywhere. Now I'm seeing 2.5 everywhere. And looked like it's getting closer to being pushed to 3 in the first half. That's ultimately what I like from a player, from a side perspective. I like the Mercury early. This is a game where you have to push all your chips into the middle of the table if you're the Mercury. You can't be going into halftime down, down 0-2, and you're at home. You got the X factor behind you, and you're not giving them anything to root for. So from a player prop perspective, from a side perspective, that's what I like the most. I like the Mercury early. First half -2.5. I am going to bet that. That'll be an official bet. And then I do think the full game goes under as well. I think Aces team total, it's hard to think that they won't go out and score 81 points after scoring 89 and 91. But I do think the Mercury defense show up in this game. If I'm betting anything for the full game, I like the Aces team total under. I think they'll have a blunder of a quarter. I'm not sure which quarter, but I'm expecting – I think Jackie Young can go crazy again. I think Asia can go crazy. I'm just not expecting a lot of help. It's the same thing I said in game 2. Dana Evans of the world, Joel Lloyd, I'm expecting them to struggle a little bit. But I think Asia can get whatever it is that she wants. And I think that Chelsea Gray can also get whatever it is that she wants. So I think the Aces will struggle to score. Chelsea Gray under her points again. Phoenix first half, though, is my favorite bet in the game. From a player prop perspective, I talked about these, but if we go really, really quickly to look at, let's just go look at Asia. This is the tough part because Asia, they don't have anyone that can slow down Asia Wilson. It's really just going to be about if she's making her shots. And if you're Nate Tibbins, right, put yourself in the coach's position. If you're Nate Tibbins, do you start to double Asia Wilson and make some of the other players have to beat you? Like, that's the part that's going to be interesting, in my opinion. So if we go over here, we look at Asia Wilson points. She's at 24.5. She scored 28 in the last game, and she didn't even really do well. She didn't even really play a lot of minutes. She played 31 minutes right here. You can see that right here. So in my opinion, it's a two-headed monster. I still think that even though the Aces will struggle to score the basketball, I think Asia Wilson can get whatever it is that she wants. If we look at the head-to-head matchup, you can see she's typically crushed this team. The 4 games this season are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in 5 games she's played, she's averaged she's over in 3 of those 5 games. In Phoenix, she did cool off a little bit, 19-21. Hopefully she does that again because I think that'll help the team total to go under today. I'm just not expecting, like I said, a lot of help. So that's my thought process on the game, man. I think the Phoenix Mercury get one tonight. I do think that they win. I'm not sure if they cover the spread, but I think that they get the job done. I think game 3, game 4, it'll be 2-1, and the Mercury will be looking to tie things up. This series is supposed to go 7, and it hasn't gone even close to 7 so far. it doesn't look like it's going close to 7. So I know Becky Hammond is telling her players that, job not done. We only protect the home court. Like, I get all that. But the Mercury, they're a little bit better than they've played recently, especially, like I said, on the defensive end, 89 and 80 and 91 points. The other thing is this, and you guys probably noticed if you've been tuned in with me for the full season, if you've been watching the show in general, sometimes I can be a game early for things. And last game, like I said, I really like that Aces team total under 83.5. Now it's down to 80.5. That's a little bit lower. But when they don't hit one game, typically I don't go back to it the next game, and that's when it hits. So Aces team total under, Phoenix early, Chelsea greatest struggle offensively, at least from a scoring perspective. Her assist has been money, but I think she goes under. I would look at Asia. I like the rebounds play that Jackson liked as well. A lot of ways to get paid. Let me know what you guys are betting if you're betting the WNBA Finals Game 3 tonight in the comment section below. As always, the resources are listed here. Jackson, Outlier, Moneyballer, Odds Jam. NBA videos will be up before the end of the week. I'm going to go through them by conference. Maybe even try to do them live as well, just to get some thoughts from you guys and let me know what y'all are thinking as far as the season goes as well. But yeah, I'm going by, I said conference, going by division. So we'll start with the Atlantic, and then we'll go to the Central and Southeast. I'll do the whole East Coast and then go West Coast after that. So yeah, that's the way I'm looking to do it, man. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the notification bell on. Drop the show link in the group chat, man. And I will catch you guys in the next one, man. Y'all be good. Enjoy your Wednesday. I'll catch you guys in the next.